we did another edition of Chester's Bitchin' Food Competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, man, that was...
You guys came back like physically.
I was...
Yeah.
Changed.
Definitely wanted to talk about this.
I
You were
was
different.
fucked up after that. And I didn't eat as much as Rocco did.
Half of it was in his pants and his
Oh, yeah.
his suit jacket.
So, yeah. So regarding that is a real competition. What we did in the Chester's Bitchin' Food Competition was there's a local diner that has had that poster up forever. The Big Nick Challenge, where if you eat this giant burger
in half an hour
and all the fries within 30 minutes, it's free. You get a free shirt. You're on our wall forever. That's been there forever. And it was just like, let's go do it. Let's just go do it. We didn't even think that hard about it.
No.
It's like, what's Chester going to do this year? We always bring back this character.
I don't know why.
For no reason. And there's never a huge plan ahead of time. It's always just, all right, what should we do? Wait, Chester's got to come back.
We love
Okay.
Chester.
The
We love
first
him.
time I did it, I was like, I just want to fuck with Rocco because he always fucks with me. I'm going to fuck with him. And that was kind of the bit in the first one. The second one, I shaved my head. So I was like, maybe I should never bring back Chester because how do I top shaving my head and having us eat my hair? That's wild. But then Johnny suggested, hey, you could do that challenge and that'd be funny. And so I think that was a great idea.
Yeah.
But
I think that was the catalyst is Johnny said the idea. And then I think I said in the meeting, Chester's Bitchin' Food Competition.
Yeah.
And once we had the rhyme, it was like, well, we have to do it now.
That's it.
Yeah. It's kismet.
Then I will say though that we were gonna film it. That wasn't live. I'm gonna let everyone know that part was not
pre-recorded.
But we were gonna film it like a week later. We had a day we were gonna film it, but it ended up being that Derek was out of the office for a day. He's like, Derek's not here. We're gonna work on something else. We can just do the Chester thing. He doesn't need to be in that.
Yeah.
That was. I had already eaten before this.
Oh, yeah, you had lunch.
I did not know.
Yeah, I was not prepared
that we were going to be doing this until all of a sudden we're on the way. I'm like, why the fuck are we doing this today?
Yeah.
You sent me a text after and you were like, kill me.
Yeah. Because we were talking to you. Like, hey,
Yeah.
guess what we're about to do? And I see the picture of what we're about to do. Yeah. And then afterwards, like, what have I done?
So we went and did it. We were just going to take over one booth in the corner of the diner. Like, all right, Johnny and Kevin, you sit across from us. You guys will shoot two different angles or whatever, and we're just going to eat. We're going to try to actually do it.
Yeah.
And then when we got there, we were like, okay, we want to do the Big Nick challenge. And they were like, oh, here. And they brought us legal forms to sign.
Yeah, waivers.
Here's your waivers.
What?
That you're not going to, if you die, you're not going to sue us.
Oh my God.
Okay. And then they were like, you have to eat it up at the bar. And we were like, oh, we don't care about actually,
Yeah,
like.
I was like, hey, I'm not going to be able to do this. Like,
Yeah,
there's
so
no
just let
way.
us eat it here because we're all set up. And because they actually did not care about us filming. They were totally cool.
So cool.
But then they were like, it's actually a rule, though, you got to eat it up at the counter right under our supervision. I was like, oh okay.
God.
So we're up against the bar, and I'm going to hand it to Johnny and Kevin, pros in the field, man, because we went up to that bar and they wanted us all four to just sit in a row. And Johnny and Kevin are like, I have no angle. I'm going to be sitting like to the side of Sean, like side of Rocco. It's not going to work good. They were immediately like, guys, sit at the end of the bar. We're going to be at other tables across the restaurant. We'll zoom in from far away. Kevin sacrificed his phone to use for audio. He put voice memos on and set it down in front of us. All right, use my phone. You're recording audio now. You're going. In 30 seconds, they had it covered. They had a live event covered using whatever was in our pockets.
Professionals.
So, it may not seem like a big deal to us day to day, but if you guys had been in that situation with anybody else, they would have been so impressed. I was not impressed because I know you. I know what you're capable of. No, I was very impressed.
No, it really was like,
nailed
maybe
that.
this isn't going to work. And then within 2 seconds, like, we got you.
I had
it was great.
I had a weird reflective moment where I was sitting there looking at Johnny and Kevin. I was like, I'm so proud of them.
Yeah, it's a good shot.
I'm not joking.
Yeah.
I really was like, in 30 seconds, they figured this out. I'm so proud of them.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And honestly, now, again, I didn't really prepare for this. And so the camera starts going and it's like, hey, go. You have a half an hour. It's like, well, now I have to talk.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we going to talk about?
We did not outline or plan.
Oh my God.
Like, how we're going to make
single word of that was planned.
Literally, we were sitting waiting for the burger, and I think Johnny did say at one point, so how are you going to make this interesting? Or something. You said, Johnny, you said something like that where you're like, so what's What's kind of your plan to fill
And
the
it
half
really
hour?
was
It
just
like,
gimmick.
I don't know. I don't know. And so like we just started I started asking you random questions about nothing.
Yeah.
And then we started making up this like lore about like, I thought we went to second grade together. You're like,
Yeah.
you never did that. I grew up in Vermont. I'm like, no, I know you. It was so fucking.
and then you asked me what happens when I die, and I had a whole thing.
that was
prepared.
awesome.
I was
That
like, I'm
awesome.
going to go into a whole fucking thing about that.
So all of that I think that was honestly probably the hardest improv I've ever had to do because I feel like I'm going to die. I'm so full.
yeah,
I might
you just
throw
want
up.
to go to, you want to lay
Eating
down.
more.
And now I'm still having to I still have 15 minutes to talk about who the fuck knows and try to make this interesting. I'm going to talk about the kick and how I'm not going to eat because I'm waiting to eat until later.
Yeah,
the
waiting
kick.
for the last part.
Yeah, that was getting me.
But it was like, oh my God.
That was my almost break for me personally, was when you said, I was like, there's a minute left. Like, he's waiting the whole time to kick into high gear for the last part. And then it's like, okay, we're down to literally the last minute. And you're like, that's not enough time to eat all this. It's like, we waited for this the whole time. You know what, bro? You know what? That was the part where I almost broke, was when you said, oh man, even if there was 5 hours left on the clock, that's not enough time to eat all this. That was my almost break. And then I got to break you, I think, with the clean plate.
Yeah.
When the timer went up, of the 3 plates of food, I had 1 clean. And I was
yeah, you're holding it up. What did the staff think of that kind of behavior?
Our server was so
the most
fucking
chill
cool.
dude.
He sounded
Yeah.
cool.
So chill.
He was
in the
cool,
voice that I
but
heard.
like Rocco, when he kept like hiding the food under his hat,
Yeah.
and his jacket.
saw that, right?
No, so I was putting it, I started doing the hat bit where I was hiding parts of the burger in the hat,
Yeah.
and then fries, and then all that. No one was reacting, but it was the last one where I put a burger patty in my jacket like that. All the dudes working in the kitchen, and I think they were speaking Spanish.
Oh, yeah.
But I could, I can't really speak. I took years of Spanish. I can't really speak it, but when I hear it being discussed, I can kind of translate.
Sure.
And they were going like, "Hey, this guy's cheating." Like this guy, they were like, "Hey, this guy is like breaking the rules." Like tell the dude when we, you know,
Pinche
they
pendejo.
were all having a conversation in the back about that. Like, "Hey, I just saw him put it in his jacket." Like, I do want to say about that though.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, dude.
As for
I'm crying.
the eating itself, I could have definitely. I was not at my worst. I wasn't like I could have eaten more. I could have definitely cleared that burger, no question.
Way.
I was ready to eat the rest of it.
In a half an hour.
But the problem was all the fries. I was not going to clear
Well,
that.
that's hardy, dude. When you get
And
those fries.
It felt like it was like crushing my heart to eat all that. It felt like this.
God.
And really, I think, and the waiter said this too. He's like, the problem with this is the sodium. Is like
Mhm.
the salt content is like bad.
Oh yeah.
And so where I was at, I wasn't totally full, but it felt like it was killing me. And I was like, okay, there's no way I can clear all the fries. So what's the point in finishing the burger? I'll just feel worse.
Right.
I think it's time to just like get funny now. You know what I mean? Like instead of just actually eating it. So that's why I stopped there. If we were doing it just on our own, I definitely would have finished that burger.
Oh.
But the fries wouldn't have. I might have quit at the same spot because it's not worth it if you know you can't eat the fries. You know what I mean?
It's true.
I will say though, the burger was really good.
It was all delicious.
It was like hash browns and gravy and salsa and egg, and
Oh my God.
It was delicious.
it was better than it should have been.
Was the salsa spicy?
Yes,
It was really
it was
spicy.
spicy.
So that's to slow you down too.
And I will say too, that whole thing, each of our meals that you saw in that video was about $30.
That's not bad.
30
That was
bucks
a lot.
for we got a whole experience and more food than we could eat in like 3 days. 30 bucks is not, that's a pretty good deal.
I did take it home in a box because he's like, "You want a box for it?" I was like, "Yeah, definitely." Even though in my head I'm like, I can't even fathom eating
Looking at this again.
Yeah, so I took it in the box and honestly I just threw it away once I got outside because I felt
Aw.
bad. I'm like, I don't want you to feel like I waste all this
You
food.
offered it to me at the studio.
Yeah. But then I've regretted. I should have had that burger later because I was like hungry later. I'm like,
Later,
I should
I was
have
like,
had-
oh, I could
Now
have that.
I will
No.
say that what happened was I left and took Sawyer straight to volleyball practice, and I took her there. She went inside, and I'm like, okay, I have like an hour till it's over, and I fell asleep so hard in the
Dude.
car. And I don't sleep
We
in the car. I don't do that.
I came back to the studio to work on stuff. Johnny, you came with me and Johnny did have some of the unfinished burger, that whatever wasn't fucked with.
Yeah.
That was clean.
Sure.
He had. Some people at the restaurant had stuff that wasn't clean.
Dude, that
but
was wild,
That's
too.
another story.
She had a
But-
whole bite. Yeah.
But when
A
Johnny
lady
and I
just
came
ate off her
back,
plate.
when Johnny and I came back to work on stuff, we were both.
Just food
I
coma.
was passed the fuck out after
Yeah.
that. After
It
that.
was. I was
moment.
so tired
Yeah.
and so full, and I just felt terrible. Oh, but it was I think it was a funny. It was fun. It was a fun bit.
It was very fun. So I'm glad I got a lot of great feedback on that. We all did, and that was really stoked on it. But a little bit of feedback on that segment was cause for discussion. You know what? It's been a long time.
Oh boy.
Since we had a fan favorite segment on here. Oof. I think it might be time to pick up the bayonet, put on the uniform. It's time to return fire.
All on a beautiful morning.
You really get censored.
All on a
It's so violent.
Welcome
Okay,
to Return Fire. This is the segment we do once every 3 years or so where we respond.
I'm scared.
comments.
Garrett's freaking. He's dying over here. He's so
I'm
scared.
dying, dude.
Okay.
I'm dying, bro.
One thing that made us laugh. I mean, this is something that has happened multiple times, but this is more of a return fire to a certain trend.
Okay.
Sean and I were discussing this the other day.
We were.
That sometimes we will make something, especially in recent years, we'll make something, we'll put something out that's a little different than what we normally do, like this food competition video.
Yeah.
And we will get a comment that's like, this is one of my favorite things you've ever done. Like,
Yeah.
I've never seen you do something like this. You know, not everyone's going to feel that way, obviously, but some people will. And we were very lucky to get a few of those on the Chester segment. This is Vidya James on YouTube.
Love Vidya
This
James.
is
I love Vidya
genuinely
James.
one of the funniest skits y'all have ever done.
Thank you, Vidya James.
And what will happen is almost 100% of the time, there will always be one guy responding that will go, no, it's not.
Cool.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wow.
This isn't your favorite. Oh, okay.
Damn. Sorry.
Ensk79, and I think this is the guy who was in the chat a second ago that I just had a talk with earlier.
Oh.
No, it's not. You're just talking out of your hyperbolic ass.
Whoa.
I wish they'd do more skits and creative shorts. Well, good news is in 2024, we've been doing one every other week. We've kept up the schedule all year long. So which one's your favorite?
Yeah, there's been a few.
Which one
Now-
which one did you watch?
There's a lot to choose
let
from.
me say.
Four, correct.
Let me say this. Vidya James, I'm sorry that first off that you were told you were wrong.
Yeah.
Why can't someone leave a comment? Vidya James left a lovely comment.
What a nice comment.
I enjoyed it. I like this. And someone has to go in and say that you're wrong.
Oh, awful.
That is the lowest form of YouTube comment you can get is someone liking something and then someone saying, no, you're wrong.
Wrong.
And here's why. That is the worst kind of comment.
There is something like on every new video we do, there will be one person going like, hey, this might be my favorite skit. And there will inevitably someone go, no, wrong. And anyway, so we always laugh about that. But anyway.
So